Okay, so I'm focusing purely on the Greenfoot side of things here. We got question 7 that says a pet shop would like a new scenario created using the Greenfoot language, the Greenfoot programming language within the. Start that one again. I'm focusing primarily on the Greenfoot section here. Question 7 says a pet shop would like a new scenario created using the Java programming language within the Greenfoot environment. It's got 5 different steps to it. Step A is to create a world called Tank using the grid or the water image provided. Step B is creating a new subclass called Fish with a fish image provided and populating the world with 2 fish. Step C says create a new class in the tank called Shark. Add the code to the shark so that it moves and turns at random. You use the shark image, populate the world with 2 sharks. Step D says create a new class called Crab. Add code to the crab to allow it to move only left and right at random. Set the image of the crab to the crab image provided. Save your world as final world or final aquarium 7. Now this comes from the zip file you'll be given. I'm going to extract that zip file. So if I go to show more options, 7-zip and extract files here, be exactly the same when you're in school. The only difference is it will ask you for a password, which you'll be given on the day. Inside that zip file, you'll find English and Welsh files, you'll find the computer science files, and in there we've got the English files, and there are folders based around everything you need. It's got the electronic answer document, the picture for the HTML section earlier, and your aquarium file for this Greenfoot game. So I've got Greenfoot already installed. I've got it open here. I'm going to go to scenario. I'm going to new scenario, and I'm going to navigate to that folder. So I'm going to go to my PC a second. So this PC, my downloads folder, inside there. Okay, didn't like that. Let me try that again. Do want to open it? I want to go into that folder. So inside that folder, inside there, inside that folder, there we have it. I'm going to click on open. I don't want to click on open, I want to go up one. I'm just going to click on that, not click open, just click enter. Never mind. Okay, so in this aquarium, I'm going to create a new folder and call it game. And that's the folder I want to use. I can see what my mistake is. I'm trying to open. I don't want to open. I want a new scenario. And there it is. I'm going to click on create. It didn't like it because there's already files inside of it. Let's try again. Okay, create. There we go. Now, Greenfoot does its usual trick. If it'll disappear, it will then reappear, and here it is. So I put this to the side here. I'm going to have a look back at my instructions, and the first thing it tells me to do is to create a new world called Tank using the water image. So new subclass called Tank. I'm going to import a file, and in my downloads, so let's go back into my downloads. Back into aquarium, you've got images, and then you have the water image there. I'm going to click on OK and compile that. Now, that's preset up there for the right size for me. It's got a 9x9 grid. I'm just going to go in and go new subclass. I'm going to go in as this one is called fish, import a file, and find in my downloads that fish icon. All the pictures, all the sounds, anything you require will be given to you. So there's my fish. I'm going to click on capital F to start with. Let's keep our naming conventions correct. Fish. And it tells me that I need to add 2 fish to my world. So I'm going to go shift, 1 fish, 2 fish, save the world. Let's open up my world code. I'm not concerned about that. I'm going to leave that alone, close that down. And then I'm going to go back into my actor subclass, import. This time around, we're going for sharks. Navigate back to that folder structure. And into the shark, call him shark, and then compile it. A little bit of code coming away now, so I want 2 sharks, it says. And my sharks are both going to move at random. So add sharks there. code. So the image shark, populate the world with 2 sharks. Yeah, so done that. Let's save the world and open up our shark. Now, this is where it gets a little bit more complicated because part C wants us to code it so our sharks move and turn at random. Now, it depends on how you interpret how that's laid out. I see that as move and then turn at random. So they're always moving and they turn randomly, not that they move and turn randomly. So I'm going to start with move and I'm going to put it as 2. So my sharks are always moving. I'm then going to do the turn at random. So I'm going to say if greenfoot dot is key down. No, I don't want key down. Sorry, I want get random number. Because remember, we're not controlling the shark, it is doing it randomly. The random number is going to be between 0 and 100, and if it equals 10, then I'm going to use the exact terminology they say, which is turn, and I want it to turn at random, so I'm going to use greenfoot dot get random number. Again, I'm going to get them to turn at random 360 degrees, so I'm going to put in 360, close that, and compile that. Now it's accepted both my random elements there, so I've got that right, and if I click on my game and click run, you'll see that they do move constantly and turn at random. So that is part C done. I'm going to close that down, look at part D. It wants me to add in the crab. So I'm going to go right click on new actor, new subclass, and call this one crab. I'm going to go import file, and again, navigate all the way through to those downloads to that file that I've extracted. And crab. And click on OK. Now I'm going to compile it. It says to add in 1 crab, so I'm going to add him in. I'm going to save the world so that he doesn't disappear when I compile it. And it says allow the crab to only move, and let me move greenfoot out of the way, left and right at random. So it's a similar setup to what our shark is, but it is only left and right. And to move only left at random, it doesn't specify in any way there if he's constantly moving or how to take that part of code. So I'm going to go move, and I'm just going to keep it moving. I'm going to use the same thing, get random number, as I did for my shark. But I only want him to move left or right. So if it's a random number, if it lands on a 10 and I want him to move, he wants to either turn left or turn right. So I'm actually going to import another random number. Get random number. But this time, it's only going to be a 1 or a 0. If it equals 1, then I want it to do something. Otherwise, I want it to do something else. And what I'm going to do is inside this section here, I'm going to say set rotation, and I'm going to say set rotation to 0. That will turn him to the right direction. Set rotation, and I set the rotation to 180, which will turn him to the left direction. Now if I compile that, he's going to move randomly and he will turn randomly. He doesn't seem to want to turn anywhere else, so he's going that way. Let's see, let's chuck that up to, that should work, but wrong key on my keyboard. This is what happens when you use a laptop. 2 equals 1 and compile there. Now, there we go. And he's not going the other direction now. It is choosing a random number between 1 and 2. There we go, he's gone the other direction now and allowing him to turn as it states there. So we've done A, B, C, D, we're on to E. It says save your completed world as final aquarium 7. So in here, I'm going to close down the code. I'm going to go back, go scenario, save as, and I'm just going to save this as final aquarium 7. Save. It'll all close down, it'll all reopen, and if I go into that folder, you will see it's all there. There it is at the moment, and I can compile it to get the game back to how it was. So that is question number 7. That is taking their images and completing those steps. In the next video, I'll do question 8.